The very fact that we have a ministry and affiliated agencies that look specifically at arts and what it can do for society means that the arts and politics are not strange bedfellows. Yet the arts should be viewed for its intrinsic worth and not merely to serve political purpose. Here, I think it is apt for me to quote from the great author Leun, who spoke about the relationship between arts and politics. I'll say this in Mandarin, but I will translate later. 文艺与政治两者之间道有不安于现状同一，为政治是要维持现状，自然和不安于现状的文艺处在不同的方向。政治想维系现状，使它统一；文艺则催使社会进化，使它渐渐分离。That is to say, briefly, that while arts and politics are frequent fellow travelers, because both seek change, at some point on this journey, they will take divergent paths. It is the nature of art to examine change, to pursue truth. In so doing, art may raise uncomfortable questions and may seem to divide, but it is through these questions that society can progress.
During the budget debate, Mr. Leun spoke about the lack of space for discourse and for art to ask difficult questions. He also quoted Leun to explain that the nature of art is to examine change, to pursue truth. However, as the nature of politics is to maintain the status quo, according to Leun, art and politics will diverge. I agree with him, but only partially. Politics in Singapore does not seek to maintain the status quo. Neither do government policies. Good politics and good policies are forward-looking. So we have made changes and adjustments along the way. Norms of what are acceptable or not evolve. Compared to a generation ago, there is more space for expression and experimentation, while still preserving peaceful social relations. But there is ultimately a need for rules of engagement to safeguard the social harmony that we cherish, which then creates the safe space for citizens to pursue their aspirations and for art to do its work. To quote Henry Kissinger, any system of world order, to be sustainable, must be acceptable as just, not only by leaders, but also by citizens. World order to be sustainable must be acceptable as just, not only by leaders, but also by citizens. It must reflect two truths. Order without freedom, even if sustained by momentary exaltation, eventually creates its own counterpoise. Yet freedom cannot be secured or sustained without a framework of order to keep the peace. Order and freedom, sometimes described as opposite poles on the spectrum of experience, should instead be understood as interdependent. While Kissinger wrote these words in the context of world order, I think it appropriately describes the Singapore context as well. A recognition that the government has to balance order and freedom, and that our role is to drive progress while remaining in step with the populace and maintaining societal order. It is only with social harmony that we can enjoy the peace and ultimately the freedom that comes with it.